Good morning. Hello, 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 and happy Monday. Yeah, it really is. I don't know how this happens, but all of a sudden days creep up on us, and today is a good day to be here. So, how about it's a beautiful day? Robert Dosa. I'm so glad to see you this morning.
It's a beautiful day. Isn't it all? So come on, let's play. Forget the rush, you're in and find a good spot. Sit down and join us as we sing a good song. Keep back, relax, and just
It's a work day, Kathy. Got your boots on.
We got plenty of time. Taking it easy won't cost you a dime. Throw another log onto the fire. Because
Yeah, full heart, man.
it's a beautiful day. And come on, let's play.
Good morning. Oh my goodness. How's everybody doing? It's Monday, Manifesting Monday. So I really hope that y'all are getting in here so we can talk about those intentions that you are setting. And let's get manifesting. What do you say? How do we do it? We start with the heart-brain coherence. Yes, it's that simple. We try to make things more complicated than what they are. That's one thing that the angels do tell us. You humans, you just try to complicate things. You just want everything to be so complicated, but it doesn't have to be. And so when we do the heart-brain, that's something that is so simple. So let's do that. Let's hand on the heart. Slow down the breathing. Add in the joy. Let's call in all of our beautiful family while we're doing this. Just hold somebody in your heart. You can feel their warmth. You can feel their love. Send them a heart message that you would love to see them this morning. You'd love to communicate with them this morning. Just going to hold the whole family, everybody that gathers in the mornings. I'm going to feel your love in my heart. And we're going to continue that warmth and the slowing down of the breathing for another minute. And then I'd love to hear your I ams this morning. Let's do I am manifesting. Let's tell that story today. I am manifesting abundance. I am manifesting love. I am manifesting beautiful experiences in my life. I'm manifesting clarity. I am enough to bring all of my manifestations to fruition. I am manifesting peace in my heart and peace in my life. I'd love to see what your I ams are. Good morning, Blue. Oh, well, we're going to go out that door with you, Blue. We're going to hold you while you're at the doctor's office. So, lifting you up in our prayers. Crystal, good morning, good morning. Kathy is manifesting a month of decluttering and donations. I love that, Kathy. You know, sometimes we don't understand things that happen. Sometimes it just takes us a minute to wrap our brains around things that are going on in the world, things that go on in our lives and in the lives of our loved ones. But I understand the power of prayer, and I hope that you all understand that. Prayer is one of the most powerful things that we can do. And I had asked Yogananda for a word today. I love that when the masters speak to us, it's always so clearly and so concise. So today, Yogananda has a word for us about prayer. This is from his book of quotes. Oops. I'm going to get back to it because I just flipped off of it. Okay. I wish I had faith, Master, a man said. Paramahansa replied, faith has to be cultivated, or rather uncovered within us. It is there, but it has to be brought out. If you watch your life, you will see the innumerable ways God works through it. Your faith will thus be strengthened. Few people look for his hidden hand. Most men consider the course of events as natural and inevitable. They little know what radical changes are possible through prayer. We hear the answers to prayer and we celebrate and we rejoice. It strengthens our faith. So that's why when we do our prayers every day on here, I always ask for updates. I always ask, was this prayer answered? Was our faith strong enough that we brought in that person and lifted them high and then left them? Because that's the beauty of prayer, is leaving it. You know, we can speak words of love and words of uplifting all day long, but we have to detach from the outcome. And that's how it is with our manifestations, detaching from the outcome, putting it out there and saying, I know this is for my best and highest good. I know that this is what is in my divine plan. But then don't hold on to it. Let it go. Turn it over and say, okay, since I do know this in my heart, I'm going to just release it now. And Blue, you're at the end of the driveway and bringing Rick's pirate energy with you and the Fae. Yes, yes. And take all of us wrapping our arms around you, 100,000 angels surrounding you. We are right there, right beside of you. Stacy, good morning. Rochelle, hello, hello. And Rick, our Blue called you in here, Rick. you needed your pirate energy and going into a situation, a doctor's visit, wanting that strength that comes from all of us who love on each other. So thank you, Rick and Josie, for being here this morning. Kathleen Caputo. Oh, good morning, sweet Kathleen. Thank you for your faith. We've been talking about Paramahansa's words of faith and how when we let go, that is showing faith. That is showing other people, that's showing ourselves, that's showing God that yes, my faith is strong. I know what I know. Sometimes we don't even know how we know it. It's just an energy that comes through that says, yep, yep, yep. and we hear it so strongly when we feel into our inner self and our inner being. We just know it is one of our spiritual gifts. You know, we're all born with spiritual gifts. We all have the tools we need to live in this human body, to have the human experiences. But sometimes we forget about that, don't we? Sometimes we're aware of them at a young age. Many people are so intuitive in that young part of their life. And especially if you came here on a powerful mission and you remember everything when you're born. You remember it all. You remember where you just came from. You remember the angels. You remember God. You remember your mission. But then, life sort of gets in the way and takes over, and we're shaped by caretakers and peers and the world. But when we remember our magnificence, part of that is knowing our spiritual gifts, knowing that we have them, getting in touch with them, saying, oh, I can know things intuitively and really feel it inside. So we do have it all. We have the ability to be intuitive. We have the ability to know that who we are and what we are, what our mission is, our passion in life. If we have just that little bit of faith, just like what Yogananda was saying, just that little bit, then it grows and it can move mountains and it can create an energy where there's a shift and a change. So when you report to us, yes, there was an answer to that prayer. Yes, there's improvement there with that person that we're lifting up. It warms my heart because I know that our faith is strong. I know that when we all gather together, something miraculous is going to happen. So we will continue on that path. We will continue lifting up. We will continue allowing the good that comes from what we're doing here. And let's see, we had some people come in. I see your yes, Kathleen. And Becky LaFave, good morning. And Stacy says, have a great week, y'all. I'm manifesting strength and joy and love. I love that, Stacy. Those are beautiful manifestations. Andrea Gregg says, blessings to all. Good morning, honey. Catherine Kovacs, I'm so glad you're here. Brookie says, good morning, everyone. I am manifesting some extra energy to reorganize and clear out some old stuff from my parents' attic and my sinus cavity, also making some time to hang with my instruments and get outside, manifesting sunshine today. Well, Brookie, I have a feeling that it's pretty cold where you are. So please bundle up and let's ask for sunshine shining down on you and for that to warm your heart and warm your physical being as you are out blessing the energy. You play so beautifully, you sing so beautifully. So make it a day of just expressing beauty through that wonderful person that you are. Becky, I want to manifest healing for my son. He's in the hospital for appendix and a mass on his colon. Becky, let's lift your son up and let's see him in perfect health and his divine being, remembering who he is, and that magnificent healing taking place immediately. So yes, yes, we stand in accord with you for healing for your son. And thank you for bringing him to us. And we will lift him up. We'll put him on that prayer chain and absolutely bring that positive energy straight to his physical being. So we have Kuan Yin talking to us. We had Paramahansa Yogananda. And now our next master who comes to us every day. I'd love to see what she has to tell us today. Tai Chi rising. Your energy field is growing stronger with more spiritual electricity pulsing through your being. Take time to nourish your nervous system as it adjusts and be gentle with yourself as you adjust to increasing levels of spiritual potency, which gives more impact to your words, your actions, and your thoughts. May you be strong and merciful, powerful and wise in equal measure. I love this. Thank you so much. I love when Kuan Yin gives us encouragement, and this is a word of encouragement for us, that we are getting stronger, and we are, that it's up to us to take that time to really nourish ourselves spiritually. We don't think about that a lot, do we? We think about nourishing our physical body, but here's our master telling us, take time to nourish your nervous system as it adjusts, and be gentle with yourself as you adjust to increasing levels of spiritual potency. Spiritual potency. Let's think about that word. Wow. I love that. I love that just like we can feed our body and it grows and keeps sustaining us here on this earth, we can also feed our spirit. We can feed that beautiful part of us that is a spark of the divine. And we feed it by being here, by surrounding ourselves with love and light, by uplifting each other, by reaching out, by listening to spiritual teachers. All of that is so important. And that's what Kuan Yin is talking about. May you be strong and merciful, powerful and wise in equal measure. All right, let's see what we got going on. Becky, perfect card for today. It certainly is. Jasmine is here. Good morning, Jasmine. She says, please do pray for India, Delhi, and surroundings as the third wave has arrived and lockdowns are being imposed. I had that intuitive feeling, Jasmine, and that's why I didn't go ahead and book an airline ticket and get everything in place to come to India, because I heard intuitively there was going to be a delay in my plans to come to India. And my heart hurts for all of you over there going through this. But I know I will get there. I know I will. I have faith. And it may not happen right now, but I know it will happen. I had someone tell me they're thinking that it will be next year in 2023, and that's okay. You know, I'm going with the flow. and doing the triple A with every part of my life right now. Accept, align, allow is the best thing we can do. It reduces all the stress. It our choice of how we react to situations. And yes, I was excited about possibility of being in India the first part of this year, but I truly believe that that's going to be delayed. That was the message that I received. You're so welcome, Becky. Catherine says she's manifesting fresh, beautiful flowers. I love that. Julie says, I am manifesting a good trip back to Florida in a couple of days. It's only 9 degrees here in upstate New York. I need some sun. You certainly do, Julie. Julie, I would just so love it if you could meet some of the Florida peeps while you're down there. If you could connect up with maybe Stacy or Linda or Isabel, Leo, Rick. There's so many down in Florida. I would just love to see that Florida reunion with you happen. Jasmine says, I'm manifesting good health and protection for my family. Awesome. Charlie, good morning. I am not getting upset at my daughter as she burnt out the blender. Accept, align, allow, Charlie. Maybe that blender needed to be replaced. Just go into the energy of what now? What can I do with this? Well, there are options, right? There are options. Crystal says, Teri, I wanted to tell you that I felt the energy from the prayer for Dr. Ruth and the Lorio family yesterday. It was so strong. I'm sure something good will turn around very soon. Well, there was a miracle, Crystal. Thank you for being there for that prayer circle, and to all of you who came in, who said your powerful words, who showed your support and your love for both Ruth and her family and Meg and her family. And Meg and Jim got to go into their house. They didn't get to stay. There's still an evacuation order, but they got to go into their house to assess damage inside to see if there was anything going on. And what they told us was that fire came within 5 feet of their yard. 5 feet. It's like it came up to a certain point and then it said, oh, nope, not today. I said there was a bubble of protection Michael had placed around that entire compound, the house, the pottery studio, the sanctuary. It was so protected, and the fire did not touch their house. As far as they can tell, there's no damage, and they are just rejoicing. So what they are needing now is just to be able to get back in to get everything going again. So they need our help because they're going to have to replace, of course, all the food, everything that was in the house, in the refrigerator and freezer, that's gone because there was no electricity on. So that's going to be an expense for them. We are doing a fundraiser for both families, and we will help the Lorios out and help them replenish the food that's in their house. But we are just rejoicing, and it is a miracle. It's an absolute miracle that their house wasn't touched when we thought it was impossible that it would be standing in the midst of all that fire, that huge fire that destroyed over 600 homes. And yet theirs wasn't touched. What does that say? To me, that's like, here's your sign. Here is your sign that you are so protected that not even this humongous fire can touch you. Let's hold that kind of faith in our heart. Let's know who we are. We are so powerful, And what was it that Kuan Yin used, that word? Levels of spiritual potency. Let your faith be so big. Let it be so awesome that when the fires of life come, they're going up. Not today. I'm not going to mess with that today because that has a bubble of protection around it. Don't y'all love when you hear miracles, when you hear things that are just so unbelievably out of the ordinary? It's like, no, there's no way that that could have happened, but it did. And they understand where it happened from, where that power and that protection came from, and that it was not just a fluke, that it was something that was supposed to be, that they were supposed to have their house, their home of over 50 years that they've been in, the business that Jim has built there in the community of making pottery. I just love the fruition of what we put forth in our hearts, and we prayed and we lifted them up during that time. So I am beyond excited about God showing us his hand and his work in this way. And thank you to all of you. Thank you for holding them and for loving them. And the other miracle is that Ruth has found a place that they can move into toward the end of the month. Right now, they're staying with friends and depending on others to help out with their beautiful animals. But miracle happened and they were able to locate some place. And it is a miracle because with 600 families being displaced, there's a lot of demand on houses that they can go into, and until they can do the rebuilding process. So miracles everywhere. I just love it when it shows up for us. Hope, good morning, good afternoon for you. And Hope says, good morning, Peas. Beautiful prayer circle yesterday. Teri, it was so heartfelt. Wasn't it a beautiful outpouring of support? I just love that we filled up the Zoom room, that when I looked up at my screen, I saw the beautiful faces just wanting to pour their hearts out, full of love, full of wise words, full of emotional words, full of just that love and joy. And as Kathy Caputo led us in the opening prayer, she talked about being on the other side. Many times when we're going through those fires of life, we can't see through to the other side. But we know that that's what's going to happen. We know that when you're in the midst of it, it's really hard to see the outcome. It's hard to see the potential of being on that other side of the fire, but knowing in our hearts that, yes, it's already done, that home is already found, that miracle has already happened. And that's what we can hold to be true, is that miracles are happening every moment of every day. So when we put our prayers in, remember that. Remember, as the names are read on our prayer list, that they're already on the other side, whatever that looks like. We can't see the big picture as we're in our human bodies, but we know if we hold faith and we hold out that beautiful hope for the miracle to show up, it will. Julie says, yes, up to a meeting with the P family meeting numbers. Oh, that would be so awesome. And there's one of our Florida peeps, Jennifer. Good morning to you. And Linda. See, we called y'all in here because our Julie is coming your way. And I would be so thrilled to hear about y'all meeting each other at least, for a minute just to say hello. That would be so awesome. And Brookie said, that's so amazing. So grateful for Jean's house. It was her husband's brother and his wife, Meg and Jim Lorio. We pray for them every day. And look at what happened. There was such an energy of protection around their home that the fire wouldn't touch it. I love that. And let's pray for our Auntie Jean today. She had a rough night. And so she's not with us this morning. I know she's here in spirit, but just pray that she physically can heal through what was going on last night. And Julie says, I feel God knows where we should be in any given time in life. So true. And that's the beauty of it, isn't it? That we can just have that kind of faith. I think I need to read the Yogananda part again for any of you who might have missed that this morning, because when we're talking about answered prayer, it's all about that faith. So what I'm reading from is the quotes of Yogananda. I wish I had faith, Master, a man said. Paramahansa replied, faith has to be cultivated, or rather uncovered, within us. It is there, but it has to be brought out. If you watch your life, you will see the innumerable ways in which God works through it. Your faith will thus be strengthened. That's exactly what happened with the Lorio home. Few people look for his hidden hand. Most men consider the course of events as natural and inevitable. How many times have you said that in life or heard someone say that? It is the way it is, and there's nothing we can do about it. But Yogananda says, little do they know what radical changes are possible through prayer. And I believe in prayer. I believe that as you make your statements of your intention and you have that faith that they're going to manifest, they're going to show up for you. It will. It will. I hold that faith so strongly in my heart that every prayer that we give up, every name that we read from this prayer list, I believe that they're being seen, acknowledged, healed, that whatever is for their best and highest good is going to happen. So this morning we're lifting up our Blue up in Vermont on her way to a doctor's appointment, and we're wrapping our arms around her husband Dave, and just loving on her and letting it come to the very best that it can possibly be with that doctor visit. And thank you, Rochelle, for the prayers for Auntie Jean. Let's lift her up high today. All right, so let me get rid of the little troll and we will get on with our prayers this morning. And I would love for all of you who want to type in whatever it is that you have the need of that you want us to pray for, but also if you want us to lift you up for your manifestations, let us know that. And it looks like I might be frozen. Thank you, Linda, for the prayers for Jean. Let me see. Am I frozen on the broadcast? Well, okay, there it goes. It was frozen for a minute. I was a frozen pea. All right, so let's get into our prayers. And if you want to type in what your intention is that you're going to manifest. Charlie, maybe it's a new blender. Maybe it's a different blender. Maybe there was something that was needed, that it was time for out with the old and in with the new. We don't know. There's many times that we just don't understand when things happen. But Marietta has taught us so well that everything is working perfectly except align, allow. And when we can do that, then that perfect answer shows up. I'm not sure where our Deirdre is this morning. I don't see her. But let's lift her up. And we do every day. We lift her and her daughter up. All right, so let's get to the requests. And if we need to add some to the list, we'll certainly do that this morning. And just an announcement, the information went out yesterday about the vision board workshop that Michelle Anders and I are doing. If you didn't see that announcement, if you didn't see the information on it, then just ask and I'll make sure that you all get it. It will be a Zoom meeting, so you will be right there with us. There'll be lots of teaching, lots of energy for us to learn more about manifesting, to learn more about how we can lift up something and bring it to be. And especially when you do a vision board, you are doing one of the manifestation tools to help you bring that into fruition. And Hope says, I want to give an extra special thanks for the miracle that is the L'Oreal home, lifting up great Auntie Jean. Yes, yes. She was so relieved to hear from her in-laws that it was such a blessing that took place. And let's just lift her up and let a blessing take place today for her physical well-being. Rochelle says, I am manifesting joyful energy to get things done. Please pray for Todd and Donna. Let's see if I can find a pin here. For Todd and Donna, they have been friends for many years. Todd made his transition unexpectedly last week. Well, we are certainly going to put that in for Donna to be surrounded by love, and all of Todd's family to be lifted up. Okay. Marietta says, we still do not have hot water. I took a cold shower and boiled water on the stove to do the dishes. I have so much appreciation for the many gifts we do have, and I am grateful. Marietta, praying for you to have what's needed there on Sweet Dreams, and just loving that your attitude is so beautiful. Everything is working perfectly. Sometimes we don't know what's going on. We don't know the answer, but we're lifting you up to have that come to the very best it can be. Tammy, good morning. You are here right on time for our prayers and to lift up the peas. And Tammy, I hope you're doing well. Kathleen says, I was contacted by the Nassau County Mental Health Association and speaking with them about a partnership between them and Hotto Bear. Would be grateful for prayers for that to happen and be successful. Kathleen, I see it already. Remember your prayers that you do. It's on the other side already. It's already come to fruition. Just open up to it now. Okay, prayers for our India family. We've heard from Jasmine that we need to lift them high at this time. Our Pracheta, Prachir, Navriti. My sister Billy and her husband Tim, Sheila and her sons, Gary, James, Loretta, and Cecil, Joanne Castillo, who also had a miracle happen lately, and so happy for you, Joanne, that you were able to wrap your arms around your beautiful grandson, baby Eris, that we have been praying for, and we're still praying for him. Erica Hoppy and Erica's mom, Jean. And Charlie, if you're still here, if you have any update on that, then please let us know. Danya, Suzanne and her family, Denise Choka, who is helping out. She's the one that's going to help us to get some stuff to Dr. Ruth Anderson that's needed right now. And so she has agreed to receive that and pass it on. And I'd love her, she had a suggestion for us that we can send cards to Ruth, to her address, to Denise's address, and she'll make sure that Ruth gets them. Let's just send beautiful words of love to lift Ruth up and let her continue to feel our presence in her life as she rebuilds and just totally redoes her life now, starting from scratch, starting from absolutely nothing. And let's let her know that she is loved. If anyone needs that address, just ask. I'll be happy to share it with you. And maybe a little gift in there for Ruth, something, a gift card or something that she can have to use immediately. Marietta and Ed, let's pray for a miracle there for hot water. Leo Harley, you and your family, we lift up. Lakshmi, DJ Blaze, Rick Morrow and Josie, Meg and Jim Lorio, Jean and Ron Lorio and their children, and lifting Auntie Jean very high today. Catherine Kovacs and your family and your fur babies. Pam and Gordy, Rosalind Good Vibes, Sally and Tony, Christina and your family, Kathy Hand and family, Pat Moss, your daughter and grandchildren, Olivia and Tom and Susan, your sister, Becky Lefave and Becky, we're lifting up your son, praying for the very best outcome for him, for physical healing and for a miracle to take place. And Charlie says that Erica's mom is still in the hospital waiting on rehab opening. Thank you, Charlie. Okay, we are at Charlie and your family, Hope and Zena, and Hope's mother and father, and just all of your family, Hope, lifting them up high. Andrea Gregg, Deirdre, I don't know where our Deirdre is, but we're going to lift her up. Annie Seven and her son Grayson, and she asked for prayer last night for their electricity to come back on, and it did. And thank you, God, for returning the electricity. Praying for her and Grayson, Regina and Adam. Cassandra and Destiny Ortega, Gail Zimmerman and her husband Nick, Jennifer Langren and her family. Oksana, praying for Amber, for your mom, Jenna, Maximus and Max's teacher, and Katia. Isabel and Paul Reese and their daughters Inesh and Teresa. Linda Lemieux, your husband Dick and your sons. Stacy Small Lord and her husband Josh and their children and grandchildren. And Stacy's mom and her uncle. And she got to visit with her uncle yesterday. And so happy that she was able to see him and lift him up. We have Blue off to a doctor's appointment, and let's lift her up, and her husband Dave, and all the fur babies. Karen Palmer and her dad Frankie, and her husband and daughter. Grace Isis and her father Edwin. Kathy Caputo, physical healing for your eye. And we're going to just put out there that manifestation for the collaboration between Hato Bear and the county there where you live with mental health. We have Raymond, Tina Carzo, Tracy, Luz Orsini, and her family, and her friend Christine, Jebby, Jim, Ryan, Catherine, Eric, John, Tatiana, Jackie and baby Eris, Christina's family, Brookie and her family, the Girardi family, Jeanette and Ernie, Dawson, Derek and Angel, Lily in Norway and her family, Catherine, baby Wyatt, baby Haven, Darren Walker, Arthur Thompson, Elena, Abby, Bill, Kelly, Jasmine, and your daughters Anya and Myra, and your mom Ronnie, Alba, Mary Lou Burdick, Kathy Hand's friends, Patty and Sonia, and her co-workers, Kim Blood and her sister Chris. Julie, have a beautiful day, honey. Thank you for the prayers. Deirdre's sister Steph and her husband Bob, Edwin, Joni, Adriel, Corinne, Tony and her husband Tam in Utah, Vicky, Ken, Dottie and Don, Ruth and all of her family, Stephen, Tammy Fisk and her daughter, Michelle, Bo and Candy Hand, Crystal Nobles and Dean and the two boys, Gabriel and Jacob, and Brody the dog, Herb, Rochelle and your mom Rose, Joanne Rice and the family of Bob Rice, Soma, Julia Osborne, the Deerfield Valley in Vermont, and let's add in there all of the Boulder community that went through the huge loss recently. Sharon Rhea, Karen and family, Eric Turner, Mira Rubin, Nick and family, our Kenya family, Jean, Cynthia, Helena, and Edwina, and all their fur babies, Lulu the kitty, Sherry Gatewood and her brother-in-law Padama, Tammy Hill and family, Phil B., Lynn Gallagher, Elaine Armstrong, Dania Navarro, Wendy in Florida, Wendy in the UK, Freddie, Abha, Mary Crincoli and her friends J.H., Mike S., and John, Irene and Eduardo, Eddie Quills, Jose, Michael Murdoch, Jessica, Fidel, Kim, Camilla and Nick, Kathy and Raymond, Lynn, Frank, Albie, Viola, Kenneth, Bobby, Monsi, Kamal, Maddie, Akil and the Pakistan orphans, Noel, Heaven and Son, Yuri, Scott, Trey Horn, Julia and her husband, Dr. Beard, Zila, Marianne, Henrik and Lorraine, Mercedes, Jeannie and her sister Merle, Sharon, Letitia, Mary, Raven Dalek, Wayne, Jenny Reed and the family of John Reed, Joshua, James, Tina, Cyrus, Drake, Alicia Burns, Laura Hill, Pam Dyke, Michael Lorio, Chris Blake, Betsy, Kimberly, Trevor Gotardi, Danae DeCandio, Ellen, Irene, Sue Seekoff and her family, especially Richard, Ethel Huggard, Lindsay, Kat, the Walters family, Chiara, Ricardo, Cynthia's dad, Sharon Stroud. Sharon really needs lifting up right now. She's still in the hospital. She's still on a ventilator. And let's just show her love and show her that we believe in miracles. So let's lift Sharon very, very high. She has such a powerful ministry and worldwide. So let's help her to receive love from us. Kira Lonnie, Marissa, Allie, Bree, Claudia, Gracie, Catherine O'Shea, Marianne Pesci and her family, Cassandra and Danny Gary, Lenny, Fiona Dilston, and then we added Todd and Donna today. Any others that you want to put on there? And did our Deirdre show up? She sure did. Hi, Deirdre. Prayers for all in need Gaia, and world peace. Thank you for being here, Deirdre. Okay, so thank you, Deirdre, for bringing up Gaia. We do a heart healing every day on here for our Mama Gaia, and today is no exception. We want to bring that energy so fully into our hearts. We want to just feel that healing as it takes place. Almost like we can watch the grass grow. We can see the trees get their beautiful spring foliage back on them. We can see the waters running clear. Visualize it. There is such power in visualization. So as we hold energy in our hearts, beautiful, loving energy coming directly from Source, our Creator, God, Father, whatever you want to call that highest being that is, feel the power and then send it forth. As that stream of light goes into Gaia, just see it take on a form of love. See it turning to pink energy and all that love and compassion flowing over every crystal and then rising back up through every layer of earth and coming up through the topsoil, coming up into your very feet. Feel it. Feel the roots coming up from Gaia that are helping to strengthen you, helping you to stand firm and strong in your faith, helping every inhabitant that's walking on earth to feel this, to know this in your heart, that you are healed, that you are abundant, that you have everything that your heart desires. Open up to this love. Open up to the fact that as we give, we get. As we give love out to the world, we receive that right back to us. As we give financially, we get that back. It's returned to us. As we give compliments and lift people up, say to someone today, you are beautiful. I love your smile. I love your warmth. Build each other up. Let each other know that you see the true being. And that comes right back to you. It flows in a circle. And let's lift each other and be lifted by each other. Every day on here, we do the heart healing. Every day we say special words that are like magic. Those words are magic. So as we send out the love from our heart, remember, you're getting it right back in. So here we go. 3, 2, 1. Thank you. I love you. And I'm going to just take a moment and feel it coming right back at me because I know that that's how it works. It's like a boomerang. You know what happens when you throw that boomerang out there? It comes back. It doesn't just land somewhere. It comes back to you. So we're sending out this boomerang of love and light, gratitude, and letting it come and flow right back in us. And yes, Charlie, Becky's son is Todd. I'm sorry, that was Rochelle. Thank you, Becky LaFave and her family. All right, so how about a little bit of Cuppa JoY? Thank you, everyone, for being here. I love you so much. Taking a minute, so just send some more love out while that's happening. Here we go.
Does a ticker turn around?
Right one, Spotify.
Good morning, Earthlings. It's time to get up and get ready because today's the perfect day to have a great day. Here we go, come on, come on. Come on, let's play. It's a beautiful day. If you woke up this morning, might as well be part of it. One on the peace for peace, on a mission for harmony. You and me, mama, be on the lead wherever we may be. We create a portal where we can be together. The heart telephone is always one phone call away. Calling on the guys, the angels and the masters. Take a deep breath, we're going into a new dimension. Morning cup full of joy, every day at 8. Just start the day on a high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning cup full of joy with all the P's and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste. Morning cup full of joy, every day at 8. Just start the day on a high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning cup full of joy with all the P's and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste. Give me a cup full of joy. Give me a cup full of joy. Give me a cup full of joy. Give me a cup full of. Full of joy, full of light, full of love. Bottomless refuse, spilling off from the top. Here, the coffee's always hot and the choice is always yours. The sun is calling out to play, let's put on a show. Today is a new day, we all part of this game. Let's play to win. Love always is the winning team. And you can side with us, there is always no space in the pot. For more love, take a spot and get the day started. Running cup full of joy, every day at 8. Just start the day on a high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning cup full of joy with all the P's and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste. Morning cup full of joy, every day at 8. Just start the day on a high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning cup full of joy with all the P's and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste.
But we're going to just keep giving thank you, I love you. I'll say it loud and strong every chance I get. Beautiful words, your heart, thank you all for being
there really is no secret.
Thank
We
you
simply
for listening to each other.
accept, align, allow. AAA, morning cup full of joy, every day at 8. Just start the day on a high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning cup full of joy with all the P's and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste. Morning cup full of joy, every day at 8. Just start the day on a high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning cup full of joy with all the P's and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste. Give me a cup of joy, cup of joy.
For that reminder, your heart, stay blessed, and love you all so much. Namaste, y'all.